So today I'm going to talk a little bit about my journey into engineering and manufacturing. So my role currently is electrical production engineer at PP Control and Automation. So we are a control panel outsourcing company, as Phil described. So we do the brains of a machine in a sense. So this is something that controls every other aspect of many different kinds of machinery. So this can be anything from CNC machines, X-ray machines, even cow milking machines. So it's a wide range of assemblies. So a little bit about my education. So I started off following quite a traditional route, doing my GCSEs, doing maths and triple science. Then I did my A-levels, where I did maths, physics and chemistry. But I got to the end of that and I thought, I don't want to be in school anymore. I've had enough. This isn't for me. So I then chose to go down the apprenticeship route. So after I completed my A-levels, I went into a level 4 apprenticeship, which I've then subsequently continued until level 6, which is equivalent to a degree. So at the end of this year, I will receive my bachelor's degree in electrical engineering. On top of that, I'm also a full-time employee. So since the beginning of my apprenticeship, I have been classed as a full-time employee. Generally, that might not be the case with some apprenticeships. You might have to wait until you've completed your education until you're classed as a full-time employee. But I was very lucky in this case and have been on the employee register since I started. So a little bit about advantages of apprenticeships. Obviously, you learn and you earn at the same time. So as well as getting all that background knowledge and all of the theoretical side of things that you'd need to for your degree, you're obviously earning a full-time wage at the same time. And obviously that varies company by company. So generally it is a good wage. As mentioned earlier, soft skills are a very important aspect of your career. Now, these are things such as communication, teamwork, things like that. And with an apprenticeship, you develop those as well as the actual academic knowledge behind what your job is. The one that everybody likes, no student debt. Obviously, that's an important one. So for my degree, I haven't had to pay a penny, and I've been earning a full-time wage for the past 3 years, as well as doing my degree. So I know earlier there were a few people that mentioned different types of careers in engineering, and the list is endless. There are so many different types. So although I am electrical biased, because of my work in control panel industry, I could really go anywhere with that. So I've worked alongside multiple different companies, meaning that I could kind of move around to anywhere with that electrical bias. Process engineers, so people in process engineering will implement efficient manufacturing processes, so that is alongside something that I do. So as an electrical production engineer, I have to think about why a product is doing what it's doing and how to make it better and how to improve and make the manufacturing process a lot more efficient. Electrical engineers, as I said, design, build and maintain electrical and electronic systems. Mechanical engineers, again the same, but with mechanical and automotive assemblies. Chemical and nuclear engineers might not be something you've really thought about or heard of, but if you've got more of an interest in the chemical side of things, especially in science, you might lean more towards the chemical or biology side, you might still be interested in a career in engineering. There's jobs in healthcare and renewable energy production, which a lot of people generally don't think about. And again, software engineers, which has been mentioned quite a lot today. So even though you might not necessarily think of engineering, you might have that passion or interest for software, computer design, things like that. You can also be within the engineering industry. A little bit about women in STEM. So a lot of people, generally when they think of an engineer, they wouldn't think of a lot of the people that they've seen today. It's very important for me to show that that shouldn't be an obstacle in your journey. So as the stats show on the screen, only 15.7% of engineers are female, and that is such a low amount. And that is now. And you think, how many years ago you would never have thought that anybody female would be an engineer, but that is now, when you think you see a lot of female engineers, but it's still that low. 19% of engineering students are female, and 8.5% of electrical engineers are female. So I think a lot of it stems from the fact that you think that engineering environments and factories are kind of like dirty, male-dominated environments that maybe not the place for you, and that you would feel left out or not included or like you don't belong. And from my experience in my company, that is not the case. From day one, I've felt like I belong. I feel like I'm part of that family, and I'm not treated any differently than anybody else. So, a little bit of a brag here. I have been nominated for several awards over the past 3 years. This is something that's really humbled me in a way, because I never thought I'd reach this position. So I've also had the opportunity to work with a lot of people here today. So the Design and Make Challenge by the Man Group. So my company's part of the Man Group, who you'll hear from later. I've also had the opportunity to attend careers fairs and conference talks such as this one, which really helps my confidence as the soft skills we mentioned earlier, as well as just having that opportunity to meet people and network, and hope that I inspire other people to do what I've done. So, any questions at all? Sorry.
Just given that we're getting fairly close to the end of the session, if we can save the questions, bury all those questions in your brain, keep them, bring them back in 15 minutes or so. But round of applause for Sophie. Thank you very much.